So welcome back to FloureTober, days 6 and 7. I missed yesterday, so I'm doing 2 sounds today. We have this, and then we have this. They both use the same concept of using noise, where I think a lot of people just use this typical sine wave. So basically, we have this, and there's quite a bit going on here, so let's go through it. Very typical sine wave sweep, and then what I'm doing, I'm adding some noise to the transient to add some more like acoustic old like 2017 bro step sorta. This is what a lot of people did back in those days, is they would like FM or ring mod noise to their sub oscillator, and it would give this more like realistic timbre. And then we have this, which is just further fucking it up. To be fair, I could have probably just like done it as one ring mod thing, but I was lazy, so I just did them separately. It's like slowly dampening over time because this was too much for me, honestly. Although that is also cool, but that's not what I was going for really. And then we have a noise layer, which is replacing that, but a lot more cleanly. And then let's just minimize these. Now what do we have? So we have more distortion, making it punch a lot harder. And then we have a duck around like 200 hertz. This is just to get rid of some of the mud. I've noticed that this is like, it makes the kick sound more poppy rather than like more oomphy. And then we have this. This is kind of crazy. So what we're doing is we're adding reverb to a parallel send and then distorting the crap out of it. So we have this, which is just kind of like thudding it. And then this adds a lot more texture to the reverb. In fact, I might even like boost this a little bit. There we go. And then the dynamics is all the way up to like further crunch it in. And then I'm dispersing it, which helps glue everything together. And then we have distortion, which is boosting a little bit on the transient. Sometimes I duck on the transient to make the transient a little cleaner, but this is a very dirty kick, so I just boosted it a little bit. And then we have the snare. So we have regular, typical snare transient, nothing too special going on here. And then we have the regular, typical snare tail, nothing too special going on there. I'm gonna mute that now because all this is happening to the fundamental now. So we have this, which is kind of acting like a bit of a room. It's the same basic concept as the kick. I'm dampening it a little bit so that it's not like this, you know, it's not like an actual like noise layer. It's just adding some more acousticness to the snare. And also, I don't know if a lot of people know this actually, the stereo matters. That further adds to like the reverb sort of aspect there. And then we have room, which isn't actually like doing anything to the fundamental, but it's playing in the fundamental's frequencies. The reason I'm basically bending backwards to add reverb without actually adding reverb is because this gives you a lot more control on how the reverb works, basically. Because like, if I just add a reverb to this, well, a couple things are happening here. So one, it's a lot harder to control because this is an algorithmic reverb, so it's a lot more random. And two, I just think that this sounds better. This is a lot more easier to control. And then we have reverb on the noise tail. I've kind of learned this by doing FloureTober. I just like what it does to the snare tail. It's not really anything too complicated. I just like it. And then distorting the fuck out of it, and then clipping it off like that. And then we have this. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being very understanding that I couldn't do FloureTober yesterday. I hope that I've made up for it today by making 2 sounds, and I hope to see you again tomorrow.